Hi everyone, it's Athena. Happy Friday. It's May 1st. All right, are we ready? Okay, let's see what's going on for today. The 1st of May, Friday. So, just as the planetary aspects, right? Just as the stars align in the sky and shift our emotions, etc. When you do astrology and you look at the charts of the natal chart and the transits and such, when you start to, if you know it, but if you don't, it doesn't matter. My point being that when you look at your natal chart, there's a lot of it's kind of like miraculous how, because it's like the cycle of life comes through the chart, so that the things that, this is just a hypothetical, the things that you might have been experiencing in depending on your age, of course. So like if you are in your 30s, you might be experiencing the same kind of let's say the same kind of experiences as when you were 18, 19-ish, right? If you're in your 50s, you could be experiencing the same thing as in your 20s. So my point being, obviously that's hypothetical, that the circle of life also, while the planets circle around the earth plane, it also distinguishes the time frame that happened years ago, which hence that's where karma cleansing comes from. Karmic issues come from, right? They come from the past. They could come from a past life, but they could also come from literally, a couple decades ago, depending on how old you are, So it all circulates, my point. And it's really cool when you start looking at the charts and you're able to identify with something that happened, like let's just say you're 50, something that happened in your teens is resurfacing again. Obviously not with the same people, but if it is with the same people, which it can be, right? Past life relationships could also mean, like from a couple decades ago, that suddenly someone resurfaces and then they are, and the universe is providing you with that again to see if, you've learned your lesson, you've been able to release it, or are you willing to bring it back in? Does that make sense? It's really cool. All right, so let's see what the universe has to tell us. It's a very cool thing. All right, look at that. Second chances, right? Karmic second chances. I don't know. Wow. There's this circle and the angels are circling around. You can see the circle, right here. Okay. It's kind of vague, but it's right here. Okay, and it goes around. So the angels are literally confirming the fact that this does happen, is what I feel right now. Now, I'm not going to jump the gun, but the angels are also working on the things, the karmic things that need justification to balance out the scales is happening. Okay. Yeah. And the blessings are being poured upon many right now whereby this actually is happening, right? The stars are all aligning. This is exactly, wow. This is exactly what the universe is saying. The blessings do happen when the stars align and things come back around. They come back around, and you know, you're the master of your own domain. I mean, no one else is running the show in terms of, I mean, I know the angelic realm is, of course, you know, we are part of the energy. But in essence, we are being given the opportunity to, you know, go it again. Look, let's see. Love, right? Here it is. Love. The love that is coming to many is being poured upon and blessed upon the earth. And this could also just be in general, all right? For now, the cards depict the karma cleansing. The earth is being cleansed karmically. Everyone is getting cleared of their past as well, all right? That too is happening. They're pouring love upon people who are cleansing and clearing the ancient history of years ago, decades, years, but also of ancestral history. All right, it's all being cleared out now as we speak, in part as part of the. It's part of what is meant to happen. It's just like we clear out our home. When we clear out our home, I mean, Mother Earth is doing that also. It's like, that's how it works, you know? I'm going to keep the cards up so you can see them because of the glare, and I apologize for the glare. I guess I could get it. Let me see if I can just put it, if I put it up. Yeah, see? It's not, yeah, sorry. It's not getting, it's just the glare. So I apologize. I will show you the cards as we continue. All right, all right. Let's just continue. This is beautiful. And we are all indeed waiting to get out and about, right? What does that have to do with the clearing? Because once everything's clear, right, we're being told with this card that we want to, maybe it's a kind of like heads up, right? Heads up, we're going to be able to get out in May. It is, you know, it's possible. It could be, what are you looking forward to? Are you looking forward to something, to not just to get out of the house, but also, are you planning a trip? Are you waiting for someone to come visit? Are you hoping that, you know, we will be able to have that luxury again, right? Isn't it true? Yeah. It's also being this behind that boat. It's kind of like, we see this card, or if you've been watching my channel, you know this card is the boat that is coming out of nowhere, right? It's almost like it's coming out of the heavens. So what comes out from the heavens is the moving on. All right. So insofar as the karmic cleansing, yeah, which is happening right now. Okay. The karmic cleansing that's happening here, the love that's being given to the universe is also clearing the waters, right? For, now that there are no, cruises happening and such. The waters are being cleansed, the heavens are being cleansed, everything's being cleansed, yes. But in addition to that, this boat coming out of nowhere is also depicting the cleansing of literally past lives, the ancient, it's everything's like becoming aligned, right? But it goes way back is my point. It goes way back because where did it come from? The boat came from a faraway land, right? It came from, from the heavens. So it's also telling us we are moving out, all right? So we're moving out of this, we're moving out and clearing everything so that patterns don't get repeated. Not unless you haven't done your work, right? But the people who have done their work, these patterns, whatever's on this boat that's being cleansed, whatever the universe, the love that's being cleared out for all, Mother Earth and every animal, plant, and person living on this planet is healing and being healed through the karmic cleansing. It's clearing it out. That's what it is. So the boat is clearing out all that, not only from, it's coming here to clear out, but it's also from our ancestral lineage. It clears out from, it starts from like there and comes here, right? Does that make sense? And then we are to move through that, right? Through that, we need to move on through that clearing. It's helping us to identify now that you're not going to repeat the patterns because they've been cleared out. You've learned your lesson. So now it's like the slate is clean. We have a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius who understands that. Why? Because the air signs, it is, right? We have all air here, right? We breathe, the air that we breathe is all depicted in these cards, right? The love, the clearing, everything's happening through these cards. It's the air. In the Judgment card, you can see the heavens. They're above the clouds, yeah? Of course, the starry, starry night, right? Van Gogh. And of course, the love that's being, and going into the depths of the oceans, right? So above as below. And here is the earth plane that's being cleared. Moving on, moving through. It's all moving through it all. It's just clearing it. And the Queen of Swords, she has that knowledge in this because she has the sword that cuts out those people, places, and things that karmically needed to get cut out in order for her to identify with, with the karma that has been placed. It's the Queen of Swords has gone through a lot of cutting out. It's not like the other signs don't cut out, but she uses the sword to cut out through her words, through her vision, through her truth. Most importantly, I'm not saying the other signs don't do that because we're all part of the universe. But what I'm saying is the Queen of Swords is definitely one who has been, identified. She is really identified with her truth. So when her life doesn't dictate her truth, she cuts people out, and not in a mean way. It is what it is. Okay, bottom of the deck. Dream state, the worst is over, right? All of the cleansing is being done still. You know, we're still in lockdown. So the cleansing of the earth is still happening. But also this is a new, solid, new beginning with the illumination and light that shines of truth, of movement, of getting ready to start something new. The iguana always, for me, is having massive dreams. Whether you remember them or not makes the idea of dreams is if you remember the dream, it was actually a lesson. So if you don't remember your dream, because we all do dream at night, we are cleansing at night, we're clearing, rejuvenating. This is also what's happening during this course in time. Okay? All right. So everything is clearing out here. This is the reading for today. Everything is being cleansed, everything is being washed away in from as above, so below. I mean, literally, these two cards depict as above to the height, to the heavens, to below the surface in the waters, the deep waters, the deep emotional. So, from our crown chakra all the way down to our, literally our root chakra, right? Because this is the red. It doesn't have to be, but I'm trying to show it to you as red, but typically it is. But it's to the bottom of the ocean, right? So from top to bottom, the cleansing, right? And it happens during our sleep so that we can clear away, literally clear it all out completely, so you don't repeat those patterns. You don't, you're not experiencing the same lessons again, because when one clears out their karma, they've already learned their lesson, and now they're ready for their next lesson, pretty much, right? Okay, let's get one Ascended Master card, Archangel card. This is a process, right? Life, this situation is a process, because we have to go through, now we have to just trust that we're being guided, right? We're being guided, for sure. Just trust. Sit back and trust. That movement will happen, that we'll all be able to move forward now, yeah? And then, in addition, the karmic of the planet and of the earth and of the Queen of Swords here also depicts that the lessons that were learned were accepted, learned, and forgiven. Hope comes in to say love and acceptance, exactly. And that's what this is. Love and acceptance of what has taken place, of what you've learned, of what you've forgiven, right? Through that forgiveness, hope always, it's like the sun rises again, right? The forgiveness, the death, the forgiveness, the acceptance, and then the forgiveness of the cycle of life then is revisited by the sunrise. And the card says, love is yours, recognize your divine worth, and choose loving thoughts, right? So the loving thoughts is, of course, with the Queen of Swords, as she has the sword of thought and of truth, right? So, she's been through a lot, but now she has the hope of a new day. The feminine energy. It doesn't have to necessarily be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but the feminine energy is now seeing, the light again at the end of the tunnel, so to speak, right? After all this is said and done, after all this, you know, it takes a while for this to go through the cycle. You know, it's like going, no, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say that. But anyway, so we have hope again, right? The sun rises another day, and we continue to progress and be the best that we can be, right? All right. Have a great weekend.